Hi, and welcome to the LG Studios. Today we'd like to introduce you to the innovative LG Styler. Now, Laura and I would like to talk to you about all the great ways the LG Styler Steam Clothing Care System can help you manage your clothes and more at home. So Laura, let me ask you a question. Do you often rewear some of your clothes?
Oh, all the time. You know, I'll put on an outfit just to go to dinner or a movie, and I come home and those clothes aren't really dirty, so they go right back on the hanger.
And especially if they're labeled dry clean only.
Oh, definitely then.
So Laura and I have had a styler at home and we've used it for a few weeks now. Have you found it really useful?
You know, I have. I found so many more uses for it around the house than I originally thought.
Well, at the beginning, I knew I was going to use it for my business suits because, you know, throughout the day and you're sitting through meetings and, of course, driving back and forth from home, they get a little crumpled up. What's so great about the LG Styler is it uses steam inside, and that steam does a really great job of reducing odors and wrinkles, and that way I get more wearings out of the suit, and I'm making less trips back and forth to the dry cleaners.
Oh, you know, and less trips to the dry cleaners, plus it saves on dry cleaning bills. Those really add up.
So it really does help you save time and money.
Definitely.
So Laura, did you really find it easy to use?
You know, I did. It was really pretty intuitive.
Well, what I love about the style, as you first look at the unit itself, is this beautiful, sleek glass door. Now, it's available in two different colors. First is this espresso color. It's kind of this dark brown. And you have this option in white. Now, the one that you see in front of you actually has these little cutout windows for demonstration purposes, but the white's really nice, light and bright, and would look great in any home itself. And what's really cool about this is I love how the controls are kind of hidden from you at the beginning until you press the power button. And then it's very intuitive and pretty much simple to use just by looking at the controls that are there. So you've got the refresh cycle, which is kind of what we've been talking about now. You also have a sanitary cycle, gentle dry, and it even has a delay start. So think about if you wanted to place some items in there and have them ready to wear in the morning, go ahead and set up that delay, and when you're ready to roll out the door the next day, they're refreshed and ready to roll. Okay, so actually the other day I went out with some friends to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. And we went to my favorite barbecue place. They have the best ribs in the world. But when I returned home, I smelled like I'd been sitting in the smokehouse itself.
Yeah.
It was awful. So my dinner jacket and my wife's blouse, it was terrible. So what we did is place them in there, and I actually chose the heavy cycle, which is going to be a longer cycle since they were really heavily smoked, and they turned out amazing. Came out fresh and ready to wear another time. You
know, I did something similar. I found this dress at the back of my closet, and it had come back in style, but it was a little wrinkly, a little dusty from being in the closet for too long. I stuck it in the styler on the refresh cycle. Good as new. Good as new.
Now, I actually have an LG steam dryer at home. Couldn't I have just tossed your dress inside of there and done the same thing?
You know, it says dry clean only, and I would be afraid sticking it in the dryer would make it, shrink it, damage it in some way. So styler's a better option for me. Good
call on that. And I think I'm hearing you say that maybe I should hang on to my bell bottoms.
Oh, I don't know about that, Randy.
Well, we'll see. Now, what I really love about the styler inside is how much room you have.
Yeah.
There's enough room for multiple garments at once. I can actually refresh an entire outfit in one cycle. So up top is where you would actually hang some of your garments. So your suit jackets, dress shirts, you could do sweaters, blouses here. And there's even room inside of the door for your pants. So behind this little door, you hang up your pants, line up your creases, and it's called the Pants Crease Care System. So it helps maintain the crease inside while you're doing the refreshing at the same time. And at the end, there's a really slow, delicate dry cycle that finishes out the garments and has them ready to wear when the cycle completes.
And I love the fact that it only uses water, no chemicals or pods, so it's better for my clothes and will help them last longer.
And clothes can be expensive.
That's true.
So the styler's refreshing cycle can be used with many types of fabrics, but you may not want to put something inside such as silk or leather, but otherwise with that large variety, you can use that refreshing cycle inside and make them last a little bit longer. So why don't we actually load up a few items and kind of see what it does?
Great.
Let's do a sport coat, matching jacket here. Ooh. Not sure what was on the menu for lunch, but it's still in the jacket. And it's got a few wrinkles also, so we'll see what we can do to help take care of some of those. And we'll take a blouse, thank you. Hang that up. This blouse could use a lot of help inside. So let's let the Styler's True Steam help take care of some of this. So we'll go ahead and choose one of the steam cycles, the refresh cycle. And since we saw quite a few wrinkles in the blouse itself, I'm going to choose the heavy cycle and get it started. So what we'll actually do is let the cycle run and we'll see the results at the end. So Laura, have you actually used the sanitary cycle yet?
You know, I have, Randy. My little girl, she's got this teddy bear. It goes with her everywhere. Can't go anywhere without it. And you know, it gets a little gross, and I'm afraid to put it in the washing machine. So I put it in the sanitary cycle, and it came out great. And now I feel so much better about her taking it everywhere with her.
And I'm sure she's happier too, having her bear back.
Oh, definitely.
So I imagine the sanitary cycle would be great for pillows. Think about the throw pillows that are on your couch, you know, the ones we're all laying on day in and day out.
Yeah.
That's a great way to freshen those up. Now, the sanitary cycle actually is really more of an intense steam cycle. It can help reduce germs and bacteria and help reduce allergens. So it's great for clothes and other items. So let me tell you how I actually used it recently. So my little boy has athletic gear that he wears with these teams, and you know how smelly and stinky they can get. And they're not easy to clean up on their own. So I actually place them inside, use the sanitary cycle, and they smell better and make us feel better around them a little more too.
That's great.
So Laura, what other ways have you used the styler?
You know, I've been using the gentle dry cycles. I've got all these sweaters that I hand wash, and then I lay them flat to dry usually. And I've been popping them in the styler on the gentle dry cycle, and they dry perfectly. It's really been wonderful.
Well, the reason you can do that is the styler uses a heat pump system to produce a very low temperature. It's actually around 100 degrees, and that allows you to do that slow, delicate drying, so the results end up being less fading, but really probably less damage to your garments and less shrinkage. So that's a big deal, especially for those nicer sweaters that you have.
Yeah.
So I can actually imagine the drying would be great for something like winter coats.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, I've got this winter coat. It's down, so it keeps me nice and warm, but it also has this fur on it. And if I put it in the dryer, the fur and the down would both be matted. So I put it in the styler on a gentle dry cycle, and the fur stays fluffy and the down stays fluffy. It's really nice.
Wow, I've actually experienced some of your winters in Chicago, so I can imagine you get a lot of use out of that cycle.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So we've talked about how easy it is to operate. Well, now I'd like to talk about how easy it was to install.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned that I have the espresso model, and it's only about 18 inches wide, but it easily fit into my walk-in closet. And I have these wood organizers all inside, and it really looks amazing with them.
Nice. I chose the white color, and I put it in my laundry room because I spend so much time in my laundry room. And the white color really works. It's, you know, really nice and bright in there, and it's really convenient to have it installed in the laundry room.
Nice. So one of the reasons why it's really easy to install is there's no special plumbing needed. So we talked about True Steam. As you can imagine, you probably have to have water going inside. And what I love about on the inside of this is there's actually 2 cartridges down below. So one, you actually put water inside, which feeds the steam generator, which produces steam. And then the other one actually collects water during that gentle drying process that we talked about. So really, no special plumbing, no drain, no water line needed for this. All you need is the space and a power supply. So if you can plug it in and fit it into the particular room that you have, the styler is ready to roll and help you out anytime.
And don't forget the 10-year warranty on the motor.
Well, LG makes great appliances, and the LG styler is no exception. It uses a smart inverter motor system. This motor has fewer moving parts, so it's actually quieter than a conventional motor and more reliable. Hence, the 10-year limited warranty on that motor system.
I think those clothes are ready.
So why don't we take them out and take a look? All right. All right, so you remember the jacket a little earlier? You know, this has done a nice job of relaxing those wrinkles and...
Definitely.
Oh, definitely doesn't smell like today's luncheon.
And you'd wear it again?
Absolutely. Looks like it's ready for another wearing to me. So that's great. Now let's take a look at the blouse inside. Ooh,
Oh.
that's a dramatic difference.
Yeah.
So definitely a big difference on the front. You can see how it's really done a really nice job of reducing many of those wrinkles that we saw before. And would you wear this again?
I would. I'd wear that another time or two.
Now keep in mind there's no substitute for an iron, but the true steam of what the LG Styler uses can really make a big difference with a lot of your clothing items. And keep in mind now, you still have to use your dry cleaners when your clothes are dirty or maybe even stained. But if you use the styler on a regular basis, it could probably reduce the number of trips that you normally take.
You know, I've really come to love my styler. I'm seeing more and more uses for it every day. The other day, I downloaded a cycle, a warm-up cycle. So I put some blankets in right before I went to bed, and then I had warm, cozy blankets to curl up with. It was really nice.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. I also tried, there's an air fresh cycle. So I've got this silk blouse, put it in with the air fresh cycle. It came out looking great.
How convenient is that? And LG is a technology company, so you'd think we would put in smart technology, and that we have. So if you have an Android smartphone, you can download the SmartThink app, and by using that app, you can choose one of these special cycles that we have designed just for you. So that way you personalize, if you will, the LG Styler. It's really this simple. I've chosen a particular cycle, hold the phone up to the unit itself, and that fast, it's downloaded, say, your air fresh cycle that you just talked about.
Yeah.
That's quick and convenient. So the LG Styler, it's not just for business types, it really can make life better for everyone.
It's definitely made my life better.
So whether it's freshening up this week's business suits or removing odors from last night's smoky barbecue to even game night with the boys.
Or freshening up your winter coat collection, drying those special expensive sweaters, or just getting a wardrobe ready for the next season, the LG Styler is there to help keep your clothes looking and smelling fresher.
And help you look your best. So the LG Styler Steam Clothing Care System is convenient, easy to operate, flexible, and stylish. With LG, life's good.